Hey, good morning. Just enjoying a bit of tea before I get started working. Here is our thought for the day, morning affirmation, whatever, around perfectionism. Today's topic is harsh judgment of self and others. I will not let the bullies of my early life win by joining and agreeing with them. I refuse to attack myself or others. I will not displace the criticism and blame that rightfully belongs to my dysfunctional caretakers onto myself or current people in my life. Ooh, that's a tough one. There's been a lot of times when I've been insulted, bullied, name called, and then I have ended up agreeing with the people that have said the mean things about me. And so today, may I think nothing or speak nothing of myself that is not true and reflecting of all that I truly am. I don't know. That doesn't feel right. How would you turn this into an affirmation? Mine felt a little clumsy. Let me know what your thoughts are. Cheers. Whenever I'm running late because I have to get myself coffee or, take my med to go through my self-care routine, I start to feel guilty about it. I remind myself that all the people who are going to be at wherever I'm going, whether it's work, whether it's a social event, or even a doctor's appointment, they all would way rather have me be regulated and ready for dealing with humanity than dysregulated, uncaffeinated, and just generally ruffled, right? So same thing for you. If it takes you a minute to get out the door, it takes you a minute to get ready because you have a chronic illness, or maybe you're neurodiverse and you've got to go through your checklist and make sure you have everything and make sure that you are mentally prepared, make sure you're physically prepared, making sure you've got all your stuff. If you're starting to feel guilty about that, don't, because you ready for the day means you're stepping out 1,000%. You are ready to, what do the kids say? You're ready to slay and join the clean plate club. No, eat and leave no crumbs, or whatever that saying is, right? You without your self-care protocol, you without all the things you need to deal with the day, you are the bridge troll none of them want to encounter, and they will not defeat you. So take care of yourself. Do what you need to do to survive the day, and while the rest of the world doesn't know it, they should be thanking you, because you showing up at all is a gift. Hey, sorry, caught me napping on my lunch break. Okay, I wasn't napping. I thought it'd be a fun way to open up the video, but now I'm actually admitting that's what I was doing, and now the illusion is gone. I want to talk about burnout, autistic burnout, ADHD burnout. When you have a job and you still have to be productive. And in the past, when I would hit burnout stages, I would just fall apart. My productivity would fall apart, my effectiveness would fall apart. It would all just be a huge mess. I'd usually end up getting my job threatened, things like that. And this is why I love routines, because now that I understand my brain, I know that I need those routines. Those routines make me very effective on a good day. But on a bad day, when my brain doesn't want to brain properly, my routines are what I cling to. They allow me to still be productive in spite of how I'm feeling, in spite of my lack of creativity. So, how about you? Do you deal with burnout? Do you work and have to try to still be effective even when you're in a state of burnout? What do you do? Do you have a system? Do you have something that helps you? Or, I don't know, share your story, share your advice, share what you've learned, ask questions if you want to. I want this to be a place for us to talk and share our stories and experiences and help each other. And maybe you have a question, somebody else might have the answer. Anyway, all right, I'm going to get back to work. Sorry if that was convoluted. Brain. So I'm super nervous and super excited. There is an art show coming up in about a month, and the theme of the art show is peace. Both the act of like being a peacemaker or trying to advocate for peace, but also looking for works of art that talk about keeping the peace at the expense of justice or dealing with a problem. And so it's kind of timely because what I'm working on right now is I am in the process of trying to deconstruct a canvas, and the idea around what I'm working on is that theme of I'm fine when things are not fine. So politically, think the Gilded Age, where, you know, for some there was a lot of prosperity, for others there was a lot of poverty and injustice. Um, Thinking about, you know, dealing with mental health when I'm in a depressive episode and I say I'm fine when I'm really not. So I have to finish it though. I have to finish it in 10 days and submit a picture of it, a photo of it, along with like a description of the art and my reasons for creating it, the idea behind it. And then some judges have to approve it. And if they approve it, then I'll be in the show. Super scary, totally afraid of rejection. I don't feel like I'm that good of an artist, but what's that thing? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take or whatever. So wish me luck. You ever go to the grocery store to get your favorite treat, and then they just decide randomly, hey, we're not going to sell it anymore? Oh my goodness. I mean, why? Why? Like, what's the point of selling something just to get rid of it? It's so frustrating. It was these, it was like these crackers, but they were like ancient grains. So like, it didn't hurt my tummy, and they were perfect as tea biscuits, and I found them at Harris Teeter and I fell in love with them, and now they don't sell them anymore, and I'm sure I can find them online. I know there's a solution. That's not the point. I about had a fit inside the store. And this is the thing I was talking about the other day. Like, when you're an adult who's autistic, like if I was a child, I would have immediately had what I call an external meltdown. I would have started crying. I would have thrown a fit, you know, and that would have been fine. But if I had started crying and yelling in the store because I was already overwhelmed, I was already overstimulated, and I was going to get one of my comfort foods, and now they don't have it, in that moment, there is no logic. In that moment, there is no strategies. In that moment, there is no, hey, we'll figure it out later. It's just pure emotion. I'd evolve into a being of pure emotion, unable to handle the change. And that's what it means. When I say I'm autistic, that's one of the things I'm talking about. It's that I cannot always self-regulate over things that are technically trivial. To most adults, it would have been like, oh, well, that sucks that your thing isn't there. You know, I guess you'll have to get it somewhere else. But when you are autistic, or it doesn't have to be autism, there are other reasons too. I don't want to gatekeep here. It's so hard to manage that situation by yourself, and it's so frustrating. And I have to hold it in until I can calm down, what I call an internal meltdown, which often will trigger lupus flares and things like that. Anyway, I'm not really going anywhere with this. I'm just ranting real quick. I'm mad they don't have my food. Anyway, I'll live, I'll survive, but